Finally, a grand final, $5,000 on the line, and it's a best of 5. Sentinels, of course, getting a one-map advantage because they did win out that winner's bracket final. As we are properly into it, we do see Cutler. I flamed him during the desk talking about his Omen B-side hold. We do see an adaptation. He's brought the Cypher out to play.
The Cypher is here, and I mean, like we were saying, the Cypher is a big, impactful agent, so both sides, I mean, Dapr and Cutler are going to be the ones that are there. Sick and Hazed actually having the Sage, which you said before, totally makes sense on a map like Split, so definitely the right call so far on the agent selection.
This solves some of my criticisms. It should create a little bit more safety in mid. Hazed and Subroza will be playing that mailroom though. I'm not quite sure where they've swapped Wardell to. As Sentinels do start this round by taking mid, forcing that mailroom hold back. This should be a B split.
Yeah, we can already see Sentinels. They're already pushing up mid. They're getting ropes control also. Able to get a little bit into mailroom. Sinatraa going to be able to push through. Boombox is going to be clearing things out. So this is a lot of real estate right now for Sentinels. And you can already see they're pushing into the site, but Subroza starting it off good. Cutler able to reply back. And now it's looking so grim already for Sentinels. They don't have anything to work with. The spike already going to get pushed all the way in the back of the B main. So now it's going to be relying on their jet player to potentially open something up.
Very, very passive hold from TSM. Spike not down because of TSM's passive play, though. They just back away from the initial push, give Sentinels mid control, and fight them when they try and break out of it. They've got tower, which normally means you just take B, but there was such a quick rotate from TSM, there was no way for them to actually get on site. Sentinels catch onto this time. Full shift, now it's onto A.
Wardell going to be just close into the site, able to dash through, trying to get the shorty to connect, not able to make it work. He does finally connect onto Zombs and takes him down, so that is going to be the spike. It's still in possession for the Cypher, but there's just no time to work with, and TSM showing a dominant hold so far, and not a lot for ShahZaM to do, and that's going to be the easy pistol round for TSM.
Very well played by TSM. I was really surprised by that passive hold through mid. Normally, if you see somebody give up complete control of tower, that's just the round instantly. But they had this really, really quick adjustment where Subroza, as he was falling out, had backup players. Hazed, I believe, was one of them rotating down the stairs so that even as Sentinels had tower, there was literally nowhere they could go. They had the ears from Wardell as well, playing from A side, so that they could hear when that rotate came back through for Sentinels. Playing the player advantage, knowing that there was no way for Sentinels to win that round, so long as they kept at least trading even.
Yeah, and I think you made a really, really good point, TJ, because, I mean, even with Wardell just being kind of the ears, I was a little nervous for him because, I mean, he did have the shorty, but he was able to use the dash and get right into the site, so he's able to put that up-close battle into work. Was able to get Zombs at the end of that interaction. I was a little nervous because you only get 2 shots for this, and, I mean, not even a guaranteed one-shot kill. But I mean, it was a really, really well done hold from TSM. I mean, they played that honestly picture perfect in my opinion.
And now, as we do have a little bit of pause, that's some more time for us to unpack kind of what our storylines were headed into this game. I was really, really encouraged to see that first round from TSM, Laz, because they had looked so split, so like uncommunicative in our previous game on this very same map. So I want to see more of that. That's just a sign to me that the communications are really online after that Gen G game.
Yeah, I really do think that Gen G game, like I know I've been saying it, I'm a broken record right now, but I really do think it just kind of works out the kinks and just the issues that they might have had. And now they have that big morale booster, and especially against a team like Sentinels, but by no means are they an easy team. They're definitely a very good contender. You can already see that they're pushing through, and ShahZaM's trying to get a connection. Actually does land a headshot onto one of the players into screen. But now it's going to be Wardell is going to be able to get that spike down, but Cutler able to reply back, gets saved by drone, and leaving it just down to 1 player now. It's a 1-on-3. 1-on-4, my apologies.
Again, it's the fast rotate from TSM. You can see Dapr was able to lurk through the B site. That's because there was nobody there. They weren't interested in fighting Dapr. They had everyone on A by the time the execute came through. Drone capable of saving the day on this push through the heaven area. Really, really quick rotates from TSM. If Sentinels want to punish this, it starts with fakes. Fakes are very, very hard to do on Split because of how far apart the attacking side is. If you're pressuring B, you basically can't pressure A for a solid, I'm gonna say 30-second rotate. So what they need to do then is commit 2-3 players to faking on one side, then have them shift into mid and rotate in with the real push, which is happening on the opposite side of the map. If Sentinels are able to do something like that, then TSM's over-rotate can be shut down.
No, I definitely agree, and I think if they're able to, burn the utility of the abilities for the defensive side, it can make things happen. But look at how fast things are already getting spicy. Subroza able to get the double kill, pulls it back, and now Sentinels, they are trying to push through, runs through the cage, and he's actually going to get taken down. So now a 2-on-3 situation. Zombs going to be creeping his way into sewers now. The Spike still in possession for the Sage. This is looking a bit grim as TSM, they're really showing a good dominance and really good pressure, just not allowing Sentinels to have any control whatsoever so far.
I think they were actually trying to do the strat I called for. If you looked at the start of the round, Sek was all the way over towards B. But then, of course, the really quick aggression comes out. TSM punish Sentinels by getting in their face, which is, remember, what I said they needed to do on the defensive side, and Sentinels don't have time to set up their slower executes.
Yeah, just that when you're playing the defense, I think I said this even last game, like it's so important for you to play that aggression just so you can really throw them off guard. We can already see they have the B tower control, and Wardell just going to be posted in top of the corner. Does have the operator.
Oh, that's clean. And he'll get away as well. He knows there's only one player left, so there's no need to push out. Keep the op safe, wait for the rest of the team to punish.
I mean, really, at this point, does Sick even go for the plan? I mean, you can get that bonus money. There is only 16 seconds left, so really, it's kind of like you either try to get a frag or two, and that's actually what he's going to do so far. He picks up the one, goes for the fake plant once more. Slow going to land on top of him, and that's not going to be enough as Hazed takes him down with the Bulldog. Will be able to get a new weapon for his reward, and that's 3-0. This is looking pretty good for TSM so far, TJ.
I think the theory was, like, obviously the good call there for Sentinels is to get the plant down if he can. But the theory was just there's no way he gets it down, even if he's hiding in the safe cubby behind the metal box. There are enough players that they could just rush him down. So, best he can get is a kill. Doesn't drop the AWP permanently though. Picked back up by Wardell. Sentinels as a result of not getting that plant money. I'm going to have to save through this one. So, a little bit of a scattered buy. I think we'll have a full one next time. For now, it's light armor and SMGs, Laz.
Not really a lot for Sentinels to work with yet, but if they can burn some of the weapons on TSM, again, that's one of those things that is the good piece, because then you got to burn the economy for those guys, and they already have a lot of money in the bank. So any kind of damage you can do whatsoever is going to be a positive note, but it is ShahZaM trying to make something happen, trying to connect the Ghost into rope room. But again, TSM, they're really just pushing them back. Sentinels not really overdoing it yet.
Yep, really slow round from Sentinels. Pushing mid, seeing what kind of reaction they can get, forcing out that Sage utility early is good, but they need to do something with it. A minute on the clock, and we're looking at a B execute.
It's going to be Wardell actually stuck in the back corner. So now the native, the raise is going to land. He's able to dash out, but is his position good enough? No, Sinatraa going to be taking him down with that frenzy. So the B site isn't going to be in possession now for Sentinels. They pick up the operator for Sinatraa. Going to be able to be posted up now, waiting on the top of B tower. Two TSM players just on the right-hand side, as you can see through the X-ray. This is a good position. The spike's still not planted, so they are just burning the clock, waiting to see if there is any over-aggression from TSM.
TSM did the same kind of ghost hold in the tower. This time doesn't work out as it gets punished by a full site push. Here's the retake.
This is going to be Sinatraa. Misses one, but gets the second. That's a triple kill. Oh! 4! Oh my goodness. And now the showstopper to get it. And he
got some!
Oh my gosh.
Sinatraa with the clutch ace. Saves the round. Gets Sentinels on the board.
What a phenomenal showing from Sinatraa. This coming in with hot fashion. And that was an eco round for them. I mean, they just went for the pistol buys. So really, that's a big, big round for them. And now they do have the operator to benefit from it too.
That was a very fun strat from Sentinels, punishing TSM's ghost hold. It almost didn't work out until Sinatraa did this. Beautiful utility usage. But the idea is, because TSM are giving up mid mailroom control, B tower control, punish that by saying, okay, well, we can hard shove B main, and there isn't going to be anyone shooting down from B tower because they keep ghosting it. And that part works out. They get onto the site, get the spike down. Everything afterwards gets a little bit spicy, and Sinatraa has to pull that out to save the round.
One-man army able to pull the round through, so it was looking very good for TSM. And Wardell going to be posted up into B with Cutler. Got the operator just in the back again, playing in that corner position, and Hazed is able to take down Dapr. Be throwing down the slow orb, just shutting this down, that aggression, but going to get the paranoia to connect, and Sick wins that duel. So now again a 4-on-3, the man advantage in slight favor for TSM.
Man, paranoia is so little fun. It's actually the worst right now.
It is so tilting. Whenever I play and it connects, I'm like, oh, this is awful. I can't do anything.
What does he do, right? He's in that tiny cubby. He can't push out or he'll get shot. I guess that's where the mistake is, right? But still,
mistake made.
Always sucks to be punished like that.
Absolutely. But we can just see, like, this is actually going a little bit unorthodox as we see one by one peaking and then it just falling down. But Sentinels, they lose that next round. But like you said, I mean, that position that you're in and you get hit by the paranoia, it's pretty much there's nothing you can do. You're just banking that you might get lucky with a spray through it.
Hazed and that weird play where he got caught up there actually was the reason TSM held that round, though. It was a change up from that ghost mid-hold instead of just leaving mid and mailroom the second they got pushed. Hazed stays there, anchors in the tiny cubby at the top of stairs, forces TSM or forces Sentinels to fight for every inch.
Get out of my way! And
that change-up catches them off guard. They lose a couple more players on push.
In that positioning, we could see Wardell looked like he actually wanted to go for the aggression, but I think he just last second guessed not to. So now Hazed just on the other side of ropes, going to be taking out ShahZaM using the knives and connects it. So now look at this rotate coming in from them. They're actually going to go through B tower. They're going to push all the way through B, and B's completely open, but Cutler does take down one. Res coming in from Sick. This should be a beast control. Don't do it, Wardell. Not again. Picks up the one. Trying to look for more. Misses the second. Can he get it? No. Sinatraa going to get him with the blast pack. And it is just looking grim. But Drone able to reply back a little bit more.
Wardell pushed through the smoke, scoped in. Found a kill. Doesn't save the round, though. Sentinels go A to tower to ropes to mid to mailroom to B. Going round the world, giving you a full tour of the map, and it pays off. TSM not able to keep up.
It actually threw me off guard. Like, I really like what Sentinels did. Like, that just wasn't something typically I think I've seen in my time casting this game. So the fact that they were able and so confident to go through ropes like that and push on Hazed, like, that was insane. They pretty much just had a free reign of a site.
Well, it was what I was talking about earlier with being able to flank one side, get TSM to rotate, and then punish it. That's what they did there. I kind of envisioned them doing the rotating inside kind of their half of the map as opposed to the TSM side of the map. Oh my, are they just full sending B? Oh yeah, Sentinels. This is gonna go awfully. This is a disaster.
It's already looking so dire right now. You can already see they're pushed in and Sick gonna pull down Wardell, puts the knives out to a gunfight, able to take down one, but Dapr putting a full lead into Wardell's face, and now leaving it just to Cutler. He only has so much HP. Dapr gets a triple kill.
Why did that work? They just walk out through B main. TSM call down the orbital laser, which should have split the fight. And they don't really do anything off of Subroza's orbital. It results in Sentinels getting site control and trading positively through the gunfights as TSM kind of wander in one by one. That should have been hard punished by TSM, particularly with the orbital up. There are so many ways to do it. You can save the orbital for the spike plant. You could spend the orbital the second you get first contact on site and get Cutler rotating in aggressively behind it. Just a very weird hold from TSM, and they're broke as a result. This should be a fairly clean anti-eco.
Yeah, this pretty much this looks like it should be in the bag for Sentinels, but I mean, you never know. But right now, like, they're just running through them completely, just cleaning up the trash right now. TSM No reply yet. I mean, it is an eco round, so really they're just trying to look for any kind of damage they can do. This is only going to be both of the two of them just posted up together, and Six trying to land the spray transfer, not able to, but that's going to be 4 and 4. So now, just like we predicted, it's going to be a spicy game, and it's 4 to 4 already in the first map of the grand finals.
So very good comeback from the Sentinels after a rough start to the game. They've started playing much quicker across the map, trying to either beat TSM's rotates to the site, or faking out those rotates, then changing things up. One of the things to watch for, I'm going to highlight Hazed's wall here just because he's already got it prepped. Watch for how TSM are spending their defensive utility. If Sentinels can get TSM to spend all their smokes, all their walls at the start of round, that lets them play the rest of this round much slower, knowing that by the time they execute to a site, they will have smokes to wall things off, and TSM won't have the tools to retake. So there, for instance, is the wall. That comes out pretty late into the round. Just kind of by default, the second gunfire happens.
Fire in the hole!
Oh, the showstopper already looking for it. Sinatraa trying to see if he can make a connection, trying to go for the shot, but now he's just going to have to burn it. There's not much for him to do. TSM was fully waiting for that play, and really good positioning from them so they don't get caught off guard. But it is going to be ShahZaM, does take down Subroza. But look at this control. The slow orb actually lands on top of the B tower. So this actually does slow down Sentinels to make any kind of a play. So Cutler, once again, he's just stuck by himself in B, but the spike all the way in the back of B main. So they haven't even made this decision if they want to go to B.
Yeah, Behold will be here for TSM, but they're playing 2-2 split across the map. They have no mid control right now, which means Sentinels can full execute 4v2. Either way they want to go, which does mean this B site for now. Here we go.
Wardell stuck in the back once again, misses that shot. He needs to connect it, but Sinatraa punishes him for it. Zombs just on the top corner. Cutler going to fall as well. So now there's only 10 seconds left. The spike just about to get planted, leaving it down to the 2-on-4 situation. So now, does TSM actually go for this, or do they want to get out of here? But look at this. We can already see they don't want to contest this. It's a difficult site to retake, and I definitely agree with this call, TJ.
Yep, very smart. Just decide the guns. TSM don't have an easy way back in. This is the power of mid control on split. Plenty of people smarter than me have already talked about it, but the second Sentinels have uncontested mid control. TSM, frankly, should just be trying to make sure their players can get out once the site hit comes through. You're playing for retake, if anything, at that point. And
you know,
ooh, do lose a player on exit, but will win the round. They're for a map lead of this final.
And those are some really good frags to pick up too. I mean, the fact that Hazed was able to get one, and I think there was another player that got one also. So that is good. You're burning the economy for Sentinels. Like, they have plenty of money to work with. I mean, they're laughing. Like, we're talking Conor McGregor money right now. But I mean, it's all good. They're feeling good.
It's stacked, mate.
Just stacked, man. I know. They're feeling really good. Whereas TSM, well, you know, it's not looking the best, but you know, things could change if they pull this round through.
Sentinels do walk out of this with the gun advantage, as we've been harping on. TSM on the opposite side will be playing their default across the map. So this is... Oh, he gets that drone, you nutcase.
Drone.
Only 1-for-1.
What's the shooting gallery from Drone? He's just kind of slim pickings of options there, and he actually makes it work. But Dapr... Look at this control. Again, they go through ropes and they just have full mid control. And what is that shot from ShahZaM? Cutler, the wrong time to peek.
You will not kill my ally.
Slides up into it. Says hello to Cutler's scope. And now Sentinels will take the site. It's a dead even after the rounds, 4-on-4.
Light planted.
They need to get off this site on the Sentinel side, make sure they have enough positioning for the post plan. I'm particularly worried about the fact that they have no heaven control right now. Closest to it is that Omen, who is up there. And Zombs, he's going to kind of be the anchor point if anyone wants to split from heaven. TSM look like they all just want to enter alley time.
Off your feet!
And now we can see, I was just going to say the breach ult. I was just waiting for that to happen, but Zombs picks up one, not able to get the second. ShahZaM finds two, making it three, and that's going to be another round for Sentinels. That's huge. It's 6-4, and look at this big comeback from them. TSM, they were looking really, really hot off the start, but now this is just, this is looking a little worrisome for TSM.
TSM 4-6 in a deficit as the pace builds up here for Sentinels. And again, it's quick hit, start of round, see what happens, see what develops, build off of the information they have. They commit those players over on Sentinels to the A side, see that they're trading even, see that they have drawn the TSM response over towards A, get their players into mid, hit B real fast, punishing TSM's rotates. We observed how fast they were at the very beginning. That was an advantage then. If they're just triggering those rotates off of the slightest sound cue or gunfire down, we'll be able to bully them for it.
It's going to be pushed through, but Dapr does get the connection onto Hazed. Again, getting that B tower control, and that's been the biggest key of success for Sentinels. They're going to push through. Cutler able to get one. Can he get the second? No. Zombs is going to get the better of that exchange, and Sinatraa trying to make something happen against Wardell. But Wardell, once again, bringing a knife to the gunfight, not able to pan it through, and the trades are just back and forth, and Sinatraa trying to make something happen, connecting a shot potentially through B tower. Not going to happen yet, but it is 2 versus 3. No spike planted yet. It is about to now, and Drone trying to make something happen. The Aftershock actually does work, and Subroza takes down Zombs.
Yeah, the Aftershock forces him off of the plant, and they're ready, set up for it. Really good play from the two of them. Oh, very good now. They've worked this round back.
They've done a really good job, and I mean, now it's all down to just one. That's going to be sick. 24 seconds left, does have the spike. The smoke is just blocking the vision for him. Just going to be stuck inside of the back. He's going to have to make a play here, and then in this kind of a position, he's down in numbers, so he has to go for the aggression if he wants, but is he going to just try to stay alive? Going to go for the wide peek, and Subroza not ready for it, so he's going to be able to get this plant in the one-on-one, but oh, the breach peek's wide, and sick, and wins it, Drone! No, the worst timing for it. I can't believe it with only seconds to spare.
I understand why Drone wants to go for that play, but the second he throws out the first Earthquake, his position is completely telegraphed. So it's a really heads-up play by Sick, hitting that bomb plant sound, forcing Drone to push into him. Watch him tap it again. And he barely has enough time, so Drone does the teeniest little AD shoulder peek around the corner. And because he's mad, Sick can punish it.
The guy's just sick, TJ. The guy's just absolutely sick. But look at this change. Now Subroza, he's actually trying to get aggressive, but Dapr, different plan in store. Leaving it just down to Drone. But it will be Wardell to make the long rotate through. TSM tried to go for a bit of a different gamble on the read. Hayes going to be stuck in middle, so they are playing a 2-1-1-2, or a 1-1-2, my apologies. And as you can see, Sentinels, they have full control of a ramp. They're already pushing the way. They can go through heaven. They can just wait it out. This is a guessing game for TSM now.
Get out of my way!
Very close push. There is still this player, Dapr, at the very back of sight. Sorry, Drone. He's gone now, so the point's irrelevant. Sorry for mistaking your name there. That means Sentinels have the complete site control. And TSM, frankly, should just be saving their weaponry. Waiting for next map, you know?
And the next map is Hazed, as he is the last one to make something through the blast packs, doing so much damage, and ShahZaM able to put that through, connects it, and that's going to be 8-4 for that first half. So now things are going to get switched. For anybody that's not aware, it is going to be 12 for the halftime score in Valorant. Now it will be the pistol round, and this is a much needed pistol round from TSM, TJ.
Yeah, so Sentinels did get a huge win streak off of their attacking side. Just now, it looked really good. Now that they're on defense, it's TSM's kind of ball to play with. We've seen their attacking side look lackluster on split before. A lot of that came from their constant contention around mid, and it felt like their entire game plan was hit mid, see what happens, look for some mouse afterwards. Sentinels play really well around that mid pressure. They oftentimes were getting aggressive out of A, punishing it very fast with rotates.
TSM, they have their work cut out for them. And you can see Wardell, he's already pushed his way all the way through A tower, the smoke blocking it off, but he actually does make a bit of noise. So I don't know if that's intentional, but Subroza actually does connect the first frag now. Able to take it down, ShahZaM. He's going to be pushing through, tries to make it work, but the trades are looking good for TSM. Now, a 4-on-3, but the HP of both members on TSM were so low. And this is looking good. Drone just doing drone things, picking up a triple.
God.
Oh my god, TSM. They pull out the pistol round.
I missed you, drone. We had a while where there was no drone in my kill feed. And there he is, back on the pistol rounds, much memed for TSM, but whenever drone pops off at the back of sight with a ghost, which does seem to be a pattern, they win those. And that gives them the gun advantage into this one. Sentinels aren't crazy enough to force anything, they're just going to be saving for round 3. And TSM are going for kind of a scattered investment. They buy up an SMG, a Bulldog. Rest of their team calls the bluff, stays on ghosts, counting on the fact that they want the extra money come round 3 to make sure they're on even guns.
Very interesting positioning from TSM. I mean, the fact that they're just grouped up in sewers like this, they're really anticipating a full push from the defensive side. Whereas we can see they are actually playing a bit of more aggro and having Sick just on the other side of this little cubby wall. It will be Subroza, not is able to get it, just does, tapping away. But look at these trades, this is good so far. It's a little bit of damage done against TSM, but Cutler able to reply back. And this is a good way for TSM to mitigate the damage. I mean, they're up a 4-2 situation. They have the B site control now. So Sentinels, they're going to have to do something big. But really, in this kind of a state, they have the pistols, so just burn the weapons if they can.
The ice wall from Hazed will mean that Sentinels basically only have one angle to retake from. And you can see Hazed is already free firing. Tapping away.
And that's just a nice, easy round. I mean, the fact they only lost one member from TSM, no harm, no foul, that's great. I mean, the fact if you lose more than 2, in my opinion, that can be such a negative effect for you because it just burns your credits, it burns the economy for you. But now this is going to be a telling round. If the TSM can pull this through, this really could put them in that situation where they could potentially make a tie game right away.
I'm going to call out what happened last time we were watching a Sentinels defense. They were able to get super aggressive repeatedly over towards the A site. That would give them a ton of map information. You can see them setting up for this again with a 3-stack over at A. They're going to get as aggressive as possible at the start of this round, and that's going to either get them kills like this, or let them know, hey, there's nobody A side, we can do whatever. Because they do find that early contact. Look at the rotate. They already get their Sage pulled over A. Now they lack more contact, so they go, okay, they're not A after all. And they're going to full shift over to B. Subroza is already here though.
I think again, like the B power control has been so important for both teams, and we're just seeing that. Look at that, catching Dapr off guard, not anticipating a full push like that. Sick is able to reply back, so it is a good trade frag, but he's going to have to do more than that.
Hayes just took a bullet for Subroza. Get down, Mr. President. Dives in front of Sick spray.
Oh, Wardell doing the Wardell things, putting the operator to work. You love to see it. But now only leaving it down. Again, 2 members of Sentinels, they could try to go for this, but again, they're going to just back their way out. They don't want to go for this. They want to just put those weapons into the next round. It's just not worth the effort. Like I said, B site, in my opinion, TJ, unless you disagree, but I think it's a really difficult site to retake.
I mean, it's a really difficult site to take, which goes both ways, right? The big problem with holding it is normally that you can't do it from like on site itself once people get through the choke point. Once people are out of B main, it is very difficult to hold on site because you have no cover that protects you from the angle up top. You have no cover that protects you from tower. So the fact that multiple times Sentinels have had to hold from a TSM shove that is coming out of tower is a consistent flaw in their defense over towards B side. That time it happened because of the early contact at A though. You see that over rotate. That's exactly the same mistake TSM made that Sentinels punished in exactly the same way.
Definitely agree with you. And look at this money situation for Sentinels. They just don't really have a lot to work with. 2 frenzies with the shorty. They're able to keep those 2 phantoms from that previous round, like we were talking about. Wardell trying to connect it so early on, but not able to make the connection with the operator yet.
Don't dance with Wardell. He's liable to rip your head off. We saw him go huge in that last round. He's been somewhat absent from this game as one of the star players over on that TSM side. Normally only thrives when the rest of his team's getting equally aggro. Their drone bailed him out as Sick almost slipped past him.
Out of charges.
Yeah, this is, and like I said before, like I was a little surprised with that positioning in Sewers, the fact that they're doubling up like that. But Zombs actually wins that duel, going for the wide peak, pretty much just disrespecting Subroza, I believe that was. And now they're going to be pushing into the site. The nade going to land right on top of Drone, but Drone doing Drone things again, just putting the Phantom to work, leaving it only down to 1 player left. Does have a Phantom, 8 bullets, not able to make it happen, and it's a tie game, TJ.
Yeah, Wardell waking up on this second half, and TSM bringing it back. A very good sequence of rounds from Drone and Wardell. Kind of saving the day here, now that TSM are on the offensive. It's again a rotate round, though. They push mid, Sentinels get a little bit dicey, shove their players over towards mid, worried about that B push. Overcompensate for the initial contact, and TSM go hard A. Players are out of position. Sinatra's having to frag his way back into the site, which he almost does, by the way.
Oh my
that was so clean!
That was so good. I think ShahZaM was actually fully stunned from the breach. So, I mean, that just made it so easy for Wardell. He was just like, you know what? I'm taking the shot. I can just do it with my eyes closed. And he connects that shot once again.
That was some of the sickest team play I've seen in Valorant. Just perfectly set there. The Earthquake guarantees there's no response in that gunfight. Wardell collects the check.
But those are, you know, TJ, those are the kind of things that make the biggest difference for those, you know, star players or the big peak players to make those big shots. I mean, the fact that we had the breach able to do that for Wardell, it makes it so much easier for him to make those shots. So definitely hats off to Drone, I believe that was. But speaking of Drone, he's going to fall sick. He's getting a little sick with that operator, and he's actually picking up a double so far. And now Sentinels, they are going to be pushing through, but they actually are going to give up that A control, and I believe now they're going to go through middle, but Sick picking up a triple. What is going on? The guy, he's an opper.
He was my MVP of the last series. He can do anything. Sinatraa will have to back away here as TSM try a last-ditch A tag.
That will
Very
be
good round.
No, I was gonna say
want
thoroughly.
to-
That's crazy. Like this, the fact they pulled that through like that.
I want to flame Subroza a little bit, which I know is illegal because he's damn good and very cute, but I'm pretty sure he had full brimstone utility. I don't know why there wasn't a smoke blocking out Sick's hold. They just kind of walked onto the site. Very long firing range for Sick. Obviously the AWP wins though. I don't think they expected there would be an AWP there. Sick, I haven't seen him play the AWP there previously. But it should have been known there was still an AWP on the map after they picked ShahZaM in mid and it got Ice Wall. And they should have smoked it.
I think, TJ, you made a really, really good point, is that there is so many ults that can be used. So, I mean, I'd like to see it. I mean, what do you do if you're Zombs? I mean, you're the Omen, you have your ult ready. I mean, it's a really good ult if you can use it properly, of course, but what is the play right now?
I want to see Sentinels, who haven't been on the back foot for a couple of rounds now, be very, very conscious of how much map information they're giving up here. They do have that ice wall in mid, it just failed. That's why TSM hit the pause button. They wanted to wait for it to die of natural causes, so they didn't give up any map info. They're going to push in for B now. This is a full split take, and because Sentinels haven't played aggro at all, they have no knowledge of this. Watch for the Rolling Thunder for the side execute if it gets dicey.
Bit of an interesting position from Sinatraa, going to be boosted up, does pick up the one, but going to be fully blind, and Cutler's going to be able to take him down, but a little too late as now Dapr going for another peek. What the heck is going on? The spike will be dropped. It is going to be a 2-on-4 situation. Sentinels do have the advantage now. Position will be compromised just a little bit. Subroza taking some damage. Location is revealed. Dapr just coming up huge with a triple.
Dapr nuts. Very well played by him, keeping that pillar, and then the ice wall actually thrown out by Sentinels in between himself and the players that were up inside B tower. He knew there was that presence, and he was able, and this is very good that we set it up. It is really damn hard to stay alive on the B site once you've lost control of tower. So the fact that Dapr plays that as well as he does, using his cages to the center site pillar, to the ice wall thrown up by the enemy team to get off-site and refrag around bomb, is really impressive.
Now, talking about impressive, TJ, but I mean, we got pretty much 9 ultimates that can be used anytime now from both teams, so I'm a little bit excited. But what the heck was that? Wardell winning the off duel against ShahZaM. I think he's like a jump spot, really. But now they're going to fully push in here. But we see Sentinels, they are actually fully invested into this retake and the rotate coming in. But Zombs able to take down one. The showstopper not able to connect yet. Finally does. Now, again, TSM, they don't have the spike planted yet, but still plenty of time for them to work with.
Spike is in kind of a weird position. It is dropped in the middle of sight. So I don't know how TSM bring this back. They're going to need to work for it. The Sentinels are doing a really good job just locking it off. You can see Sinatraa on site watching. Up, good peak timing for Dapr off of the sound cue. Shuts down Hazed. And this round should be tied up.
Now, I mean, I'm a TSM fan, and I've already made that clear, but I'm not really sure if I agree with that play from Hazed. I mean, I really think that was a big, big risk. Yes, he was able to get his ult, so I think now he has the full res if he needs to do it in the next rounds, but very risky play to be in, especially when there's no protection for you whatsoever. So now you're leaving it just down to Wardell. He has the knives out, but he's going to get immediately taken out, and that's Dapr getting that 11th round for them.
Poor Wardell. Very well played by Sentinels though. They get that initial drop and they focus in on locking down the site around it. It's just a very clean adaptation to the round as it stood, making sure they had every single possible entry locked down, Sinatraa anchoring billboards, Dapr watching the initial push onto site, and then the cleanup operation being run by Sec. That's an instance of really good communication by Sentinels, because there's no way you drill for a round where the spike is dropped on the B side, or sorry, the A side. There's no way you've, like, set that round in your head. So you're mid-round going, all right, you watch this, I'll watch this, you watch that. And it's just the kind of stuff where if you don't have good comms, that you can get caught out in a round like that.
Precision.
Oh my goodness, Sinatraa, talk about good timing, going for 2, trying to make it 3, but Cutler shuts that down just a little bit. But the trades are looking phenomenal right now from Sentinels, leaving it only just down to the Sage player of TSM, trying to see if he can connect the Sheriff.
Oh!
The Sheriff's not in town.
Dapr!
That's insane.
The 360! Sorry. I had a moment,
Hey.
all right?
Hey, it's
That
okay,
point-
man. That's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty sick.
Best of 5 will mean that, of course, Sentinels, if they win this, are on the final map of the tournament, should they win. Oh my god, that was clean! Dapr, you did enough to do it to him.
It kind of reminds
Sentinels
me of like
are 1 point away from being on their final map of the tournament. TSM will need to run 3 in a row back, should they drop here. They're not out of it though, still have weaponry for this upcoming round thanks to their recent win streak.
definitely seen TSM do well when their backs are against the wall, so it's going to be to see if they can make this work. But Subroza taking so much damage already, and they don't even have or they do have the Sage, sorry, so they can go for the heal. He's going to have to run all the way back. Dapr, look at this aggression. He gets so much information. So now they can completely rotate, and they can just have a bit of a picnic because they're pretty much anticipating it. But now we can see in the minimap TSM, they're actually walking all the way through their spawn, and they're going to do a bit of a shift. So they should be able to clear out mid-bottom here and really just take down Dapr because he's right now a big resource of information.
I don't think they know Dapr's here, though. And he's going to be able to backstab them so quickly. They're clearly aware of the possibility, which is why they did that walk. They're aware of the possibility that Dapr can be here. But the second they go for that execute, Dapr's going to go in for the backstab very quickly. And you're starting right about now to going to see the call. They're going to realize, I think, on the Sentinels side that there is only one player on the opposite side as soon as this wall comes through. Here
Yeah,
comes
it's sick.
Dapr's flank, by the way.
Stick needs to stay alive as long as possible. He's going to boost himself. Gets the one. Gets a
Nice.
second. That's
You will
perfect.
not
That's
kill
exactly
my
what you need to do in that situation. Plenty of time to get the spike down. So now
I
it's
know
a
the flag.
4-on-4. Oh, the flank. It's going to be good from Dapr. He picked
Oh!
up 3. Oh, my goodness. Leaving it just down to the lurk of Wardell. A 1-on-4.
wire.
Surely he can't pull this through. He's going to be spotted on top of B tower. But that's going to be that. And Sentinels, they take that 13-8.
What a clean final round from Dapr.